In this episode of Sailing Dark Angel, we set off on a 3-day crossing from Gun Cay to Norman's Cay, Bahamas. We share beautiful sunsets and stunning sunrises. We marvel at the stark contrasts of the insanely shallow banks and alternatively thousands of feet to the ocean floor drop-off. If you like our videos, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. It's free for you and really helps our channel.
Well, the weather's finally calmed down, but we're not going to use it to go to Honeymoon Beach and check out Gun Cay or Cat Cay for that matter. We're going to head east, see if we can make it to New Providence Island. We're leaving from here at Gun Cay, and we're going to travel to the Northwest Channel. And from the Northwest Channel, we're going to go down here to Clifton Bay. And Clifton Bay is nowhere near Nassau, which is up here. It's a semi-protected anchorage. It's got a lot of poor reviews, but we stayed there last year coming back and it was fine. And then we're going to leave from there and either go to Highburn or more likely Allen's Cay. You can see this is a fairly long trip. Overall it's about 106 miles. There's not really anywhere to anchor out, so we're going to probably run 24/7 till we get there. And we're going to try to sail. Problem with this area, especially this route, this southern route, is it's very, very shallow. These numbers are in meters, but you can see that it gets ridiculously shallow, 1.9. We're just over a meter, not quite a meter and a half. So it's going to be very, very shallow until we get to the tongue of the ocean, where it's going to be about 8,000 feet deep at some points. That's the trip, and hopefully this is not found footage. Prevailing wisdom is that cats can't point, and for the most part that might be true, but we are sailing right now about 40 degrees off the wind in 15, 16 knots of wind, 3.5, occasionally pushing 4 knots. I don't think that's too bad. If you listen closely, you will hear that there are no engines going. We've been sailing since we left Cat Cay, and we are very tight to the wind, obviously, pushing 40 degrees for the most part, sailing close haul. We're going to try to make the most of our new mainsail and of our sails this year and do as much sailing as possible and as little motoring. We'll use the motors for anchoring and for getting in and out of cuts, that kind of thing, but aside from that, we're going to try to sail. Who knows? It might work. It's a sailboat. Dolphins have been hanging out around the boat for about 20 minutes now. It's pretty cool. A little family of 3 of them. Pod, family, whatever. Of course, we've been just enjoying them instead of getting the camera. Sorry about that.
So what are we doing today, Captain Dave?
We are sailing into the sunrise.
Right into it?
It's going to be blindingly beautiful.
Scorch our eyeballs.
We just left the Bahamas bank and we're on the tongue of the ocean, and we're going to ride that tongue to Clifton Bay.
And we are sailing.
7 whole knots of wind. We're doing 2.6.
We're just rocketing along.
I'm guessing we got some current going with us.
Good thing, huh?
Good thing.
Yeah.
We've sailed all night.
Yeah.
Most of the boats I saw last night were painted on radar. There's maybe 2 out of the 5 or 6 that were out there that had AIS. So if you don't have radar on, you're not seeing anybody.
And I always watch radar when I'm drinking coffee.
What's the matter with this thing? What's all that churning and bubbling? You call that a radar screen?
No, sir. We call it Mr. Coffee. Care for some?
Yes! I always have coffee when I watch radar. You know that.
Of course I do, sir.
Everybody knows that. Of course we do, sir!
3.5, 3.6 on 8 knots of wind. I'll take it.
Yeah. Imagine if we had 11 or 12 knots of wind.
Oh, that'd be nice. We'd get there in daylight. It's calmer here in 2,000 feet of water than it was in 14.
Yeah.
The Bahamas bank is very, very shallow, especially the route we took from Gun Key. I'm not sure I'd take the Gun Key route again. Especially right around Gun Key where there's shifting sand everywhere and it's really shallow.
Ooh, it was really shifty.
Yeah, we were showing 5.1 feet. I think at the 4.9 at the shallowest, I think.
You said to me 3.2 and I'm like,
3.2?
yeah.
So add about 1.5 feet to that and you've got the actual water depth.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but way over there, that's the tip of Andros. So a little background on both of us. Neither one of us have any kind of patience whatsoever. And here we are, using the wind to sail and not our engines, which we are practicing our patience. So how bad is my bedhead?
Not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're still cute. All snuggled up.
All snuggled up in here. That's the great thing about having sails. You don't have to spend money on diesel.
$6.50 a gallon, more or less.
Yeah, it's a little expensive. Yeah, I see all the salt on the deck. Got a little splashy on the way over, but now it's pretty smooth. It's nice. Doing 3.5 knots. If it would,
I prefer it smooth too.
just pick up a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on, come on. 8 knots. 8.2.
Nice and smooth, just how I like it. Do you like it smooth, babe?
I like it smooth.
Bonus, second sunrise. We're headed to Norman's Key from New Providence Island, Clifton Bay, where we just were. And we're heading close hauled, sometimes close reach, sometimes close haul. The wind's doing a little back and forth, and we got waves a couple feet at about 3 seconds, which makes it a little rocky. But we're heading to the Exumas, so we're happy to put up with it. Right?
Absolutely. Back to the Exumas. I'm excited.
We're sailing. We're not motoring.
Woo!
It took us a while to get going, so we're running very late. Getting away from New Providence involved a lot of up and down tacking so we could get out far enough that we could sail straight. The wind was coming from the east instead of the northeast like it was supposed to.
We're doing 5 knots.
Nice.
Now we're doing 5.2. 13 knots of wind.
Engines are at 0.
Off.
our wind. That's our course overall. That's our pilot.
Ninety-two.
92.
92.
Boat's coming in.
I'm a happy girl because I got to go swimming. Yay! The water calmed down enough I could actually go swimming. Not too much current. Too much current becomes really scary. It's swept away out to sea.
And the wind died down. Maybe we can get out of here now.